Welcome to the final part of our Altered Book Junk Journal series. As you maybe can see, I have added some blue to this cover, as I mentioned in the last video I might do, and I really love the way that it picks up the blue of the focal image here. All I did was I used the same method that I used with the gesso in the last video, and what I did with the blue is I mixed some of the gesso with a tiny bit of this blue, and I dry brushed it onto my book cover, and I really love it. It looks very turquoise now, which is great. As always, I have included a link for you if you've missed any of the previous videos. There's a playlist for you down below if you want to catch up. But let's dive into working on the rest of the journaling cards. So let me check my stickers and see if any of these would go with the pages that we have going on here. I mean, this one is very Victorian. I don't know if these stickers are, the colors are of course much more saturated than what we have going on here. That's why I'm a bit reluctant to use these. I mean, these two might work. I don't know for sure, to be honest. Should we give them a try? They also have a little bit of sparkle in them, which is not really my thing, but okay. Let's give it a try. Let's try to make a journaling card with these to go in here. I think as a background I will use a book page, which is actually a book page from this book. Definitely need to use at least 2 or 3 of these. It's a fine line between having too much bulk and having a wobbly journaling card. Maybe I'll just do 2 because I think the glue will make it stronger anyway, and I think I want to back it then with something for journaling space as well. So I think 2 should be okay. So let's just glue these 2 together. I'm going to use my glue stick. I also found a piece of avocado dyed copy paper, so I will add this to the back. So this will be the journaling space part. Now I can check the dimensions of the card. I want to definitely give it some space here and here, and also on the bottom, because we know that we had liquid glue, and so the liquid glue spread a little bit inward. So I really want this card to be able to move in and out easily. So I'm leaving maybe 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's say I cut here because I'm not gonna leave the white edge. So here, and then it can go till about here. So that's the width. And then for the height, if I calculate from here, can go down till about here. So I will cut this down. So this will now fit in here very nicely. I will round the corners again with a small corner rounder. What I did not pay attention to, unfortunately, was that in the back, I should have centered it so that I have the script going all the way to the edge and not have a white edge like this now, but it is what it is. I think I'll just add some gesso to this. This time I will use a paintbrush. So this will be the background of our collage where these guys are going to go. My brush is damp because I cleaned it before after using it for the cover. So why am I doing this? Because I want the text to move more into the background of my collage. Once the gesso has dried, it now looks like this. And I thought I would give it a try and use some distress ink in Victorian Velvet. This is one of these small ones. And see what happens if I kind of very lightly go over my card with this. That's what happens. Go around the edges. Not sure yet that I like this. Might have to add some more gesso on top to again push this more into the background, because it is quite pink, but maybe it's all right. Definitely looks interesting. Yeah, I don't think I like that. It seems to be a bit, I don't know, it kind of gives it a modern look, which is not what I want for my journal. So gesso, here we go. Gesso is such a wonderful thing. I'm happy if some of it shows through, and since it's water soluble, it's of course going to move now when I add the gesso, especially using a damp brush. But that's fine. I'll just get a pink background. Now that's actually kind of nice. Got a soft pink background now. I'm taking my box of ephemera and I'm going to see if I can make a background with these. So let me first peel these off because I'm going to have to glue them down anyway. These stickers never hold well. So that I have an idea how they would look, I'm definitely going to ink them. I just had a thought, because this kind of pink is very different to this kind of peachy pink. But on the back side, this one works much better with these. So I think I'm going to declare this as the front and have this as my back for journaling. And I think I will be covering a lot of this up anyway. Kind of having a hard time with this color as a background, it seems. I have the feeling I want to lighten it up a little bit. This is your creative studio. I'm semi-happy with this so far. I will glue these elements down and then think about what to do next. Everything is glued down now, and I think this could do with a sentiment. I'm going to use my Big Chat stickers from Tim Holtz, which I will link for you below. And I want to use the words "make memories," because these two look like they are out and about, and I think they're gonna make some really cute memories. I don't mind the white in this case, but I will ink around them. And I will add some glue, but first I should maybe figure out where to put it. Let's do what I usually wouldn't do. Usually I would put them down here, but I would feel like just doing something different. Always fun to do the unexpected. I feel so courageous. Next, I will of course ink around the whole tag or journaling card, whatever you want to call it. So inked up the front and the back. Again, you could add a topper here, or make a hole and add some twine or something. You could put a tab up here, but I think this card is so busy that I don't think it really needs anything. In order to save some time, I have already made 3 more cards off camera, which I will show you now. So this is one of these, again using one of those Victorian stickers, and there's some lace here, 2 pieces. The back is plain with my coffee dyed paper. So that goes in this large pocket, and then I've made 2 small ones for these 2 pockets. One is this with one of the Art Nouveau images from the kit. And then we have this one, which is from one of the other kits, and some splattering with my Distress Stain Wild Honey. I also dyed this leaf, which was a white leaf, like the ones that I have here. I just dyed it with the same Distress Dauber, added some lace and the word quirky, because it just fits to the way she looks in this image. And the back again has coffee dyed paper. I wanted to add a splash of color to this page because I didn't want everything in blue. I have already prepared empty cards for all the slots that we still need to fill. So that's one big one for here. Again, coffee dyed paper in the back. Then we have 2 here, which is just the cardstock, the beige marbled cardstock. So we need to do these 2. And then there is this one for the side pocket. Again, this is book page from this book, backed with coffee dyed paper. And finally, we have this one in the front on the first page, which is again just the cardstock. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we still have to do, but we only need to decorate them, so that should be hopefully fairly quick. And lastly, we will make a closure when we're done. I'm so excited to finish this. I'm having such a great time. Let's start with the first one. I want to keep this page next to me as reference so that I know what colors we have here. Let's first find a focal point that we would like to add here. This one might be really cute. I think this is worthy of a first page. I do want to, or do I? I'm thinking if I want to tear around it. Yes, I think I do. And I thought I could use maybe one of these mail registry thingies that I have here. I still don't know what they're called, but I do have this whole box of them. So I do want to use them. They are all Austrian, and I'm just going to pick a random one and hope to be able to somehow include it in the background, because that would tie in the yellow of the lace here. Let's add some more pieces to the background. These are scraps of some other pieces that I have used somewhere else, I guess. Very happy with this background. Now, where do we add this? It would be nice if it was here so that it would peek out when we have the card in the pocket. I would love to see this number. Perhaps like this. We could add another splatter. So first I need to glue everything down, and then I'll make a splatter somewhere down here. There, so now we need to do a splatter. Sometimes I get comments saying that it doesn't splatter when you do this. The only trick that I can tell you is that you have to bang it really hard. Otherwise, you're not gonna get the splatters. Like that. And I always want three things to make your eye travel around your surface. So I need another one or something else in yellow somewhere else. I could make another splatter. We could also look for a yellow stamp. Let's see if I have something. As I have arranged them by color, it makes it much easier. This one seems like it has the perfect color. If you are curious how I got my postage stamps in this state and how I soak my stamps, if you've missed that video, I will link that for you below as well. Journaling card number 1 done. I'm very happy with it. We could of course add something on the back. Maybe we'll do some stenciling on the back. Let me see what I can find. I would like to try this one here. I'm just thinking, I was gonna do this with my Distress Oxide, but now I'm thinking, should we try doing it with the dauber? I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't tried that yet. So before I mess up my card, let me try it on paper because it might be too liquid. And it could be that it's going to run through the stencil. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what's gonna happen. I mean, it's still kind of nice, actually. Let's risk it. Let's just do it. If I mess it up, I can cover it up again. But one thing I want to do is I just want to clean the back side with a dry baby wipe to make sure that none of that goes through my card. Oh, this is nice too. The reverse. It's actually quite nice. Okay, but I'm gonna clean this. Oh, that gives me an idea. Look at what's happening now. Because I'm cleaning it, it's actually giving a great impression. Why don't we do that then? So, I'm gonna do this again so that I have it on the stencil. Yeah, that would have been a disaster. Look at this. I'm glad I didn't do that. Now I want to clean the back side. So I place it here and then I just rub this. There. That's fun. I actually like that. Okay, so we came up with a new technique. I'm sure you could do the same with watercolors. Maybe we'll try that on one of the other cards, maybe even with a wet baby wipe. Let's be daring and try new things. So that's the first one. Does it need a sentiment? What do you think? I see one right away that I think is cute for this one. This is from the 7 Dots Word Stickers Fortune Teller. And there's one that says, be bright, be you. And I think that's really cute for her because she looks so sweet and happy. You know, I don't like the color of this sticker. Stickers saying be bright, be you should be bright. And not so dark and gray. I don't like that. I need to save this for another card. I have another idea from this Big Chat sticker pad. So I have sunshine here. And I have a My, so I think My Sunshine would be quite cute for her. I am sure she is someone's sunshine. Now you might say, I just dismissed the other one because it was too dark and now I'm taking black, but black is different. black really makes it stand out, and I think that's really cute. It works because it's black and we have two other dominant black elements here, which is this one here and this one here. So they're standing out, and now this is standing out too, meaning we again have a triangle right here. So that's why this works for me. So this is good. I'm happy with this card. I think this is so fun on the back. Moving on to this big one for this pocket here. We could add her with the little kitty cat. Taking my box of ephemera again to see if I can find something here. There is a tiny bit of blue here on the cat's bow. So maybe if we add something blue on the edge, that might be nice. This is a stamped image, so a stamp on coffee dyed paper. Always great to have these in your stash, to have them ready for collaging like this. Okay, I'm going to glue them down and then decide if it needs anything else. So everything is glued down now, and for this one I would like to add the sentiment, enjoy the little things, which I believe I had just typed in a Word document and then printed out. And I'll add that right here. Since it's going in this pocket, I think it would be fun to add a lace tab here so that that will kind of stick out and we can pull it out with this. Just want to cut it a little bit. So I will add some glue here. And on the back side. Let's try the Watercolour Stencil Experiment. Before I try it on my card, I'm going to try it on some paper. So this is the stencil I'm thinking of using, this rose. I have my watercolors here. And I have a water brush. It doesn't need to be a water brush, but it's just handy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this with some pink. I'm just mixing white and red. The thing is, I want to smear it around the stencil. This is a very strange thing to do. Actually, let's see if we could do it straight through the stencil too. Okay, that's a mess. But that's okay, that's why we're doing it on paper. Now I'm cleaning the back side, but it seems like it's all gone now. Okay, that was a fail. Let's try this again. This time I'm not gonna put it on paper. I'll just put this around it or on the stencil. Like that, and then we'll put it on the paper. Let's just put it here. And then we'll take the baby wipe. That's also not great. It seems to be too liquid, so maybe it's better to do this with a dry baby wipe after all. Cleaning this. Let's try this one more time. So I'm putting it on the stencil. Oh, it's running through the back. That can't be good. Let's try to get rid of any excess in the back. find a new spot on our paper. Putting it down and taking a dry baby wipe. This is looking good. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. Okay, so we found a solution. Let me just get this off. How beautiful is that? Okay, let's try it on the real thing and hope for the best. Let's hope I can reproduce this. Maybe I'll do it here. Since we have pink here, I don't want to put another pink image here. I want to put it on this side. So I'll take some washi. That's actually good because then hopefully it won't move. Just to cover this up a little bit. Oh. Okay, I forgot. I first have to add the paint. Okay, I'll wipe it off the back. I am thrilled. I love this. How pretty is that? Okay, you have to try this. This is amazing. Before we add this to our pocket, I had one last thought. So I have my Victorian Velvet Distress ink here, and I thought, why don't we just go around the edges with this to accent them a little bit more with the pink. I'm also lightly going over with it with the flat side to just give it some pink grunge. Like that. And I'll just do the edges from the back as well. It is just the tiniest accent. Oh, this makes me so happy. Okay, it's dry. We can put it into our pocket. And our little lace is sticking out. How nice. So we've got 2 done. So we have these 2 for these pockets, and we have this large one, and then we've got them all. Let me do this one first. For this one, I would like to add this Art Nouveau image here. This also has Art Nouveau. This one doesn't, but that's fine. And then we can also add the last scrap that I have here of this polka dotted doily. Could add that behind here. There is another piece of that here, so I think that's kind of nice. I'm ready to glue these down. I will just ink around the outsides again. This one could do with a cute little tab on the top because it's going to be in here, and it would be nice if that was peeking out. So I've pre-selected a few here that might work. Let's see which one is the best option here. This is gorgeous. I wish it was a bit wider, but this would go really, really well. This and this, I think, is too much the same of what we have going on here, so that's not as interesting. There's this one with the blue, that would be nice as well. Also a kind of a weird shape of a piece, and it's the only one I have. I do like this one. And then there's this one. No. No. I think I will go with this one. I love the blue, actually, with this. Just want to fray it a bit more. Like that. Not adding a sentiment because there's already writing here. Now I just see one thing that I don't like. I left a gap here. That must have happened when I was gluing it together. I glued this one too far down. So now I have this. This is a no-go. How do we fix that? Well, we could add a tiny piece of this. Yes. Okay, this has to dry before I put it in. Maybe I'll just take it to my heat gun. All dry. I'm going to leave the back blank for this one. Maybe I'll add something later, but for now I will just leave it. So let's put it into our pocket. And then we can have that sticking out. How cute. And by the way, it forms a triangle. Are you sick of my triangles yet? I'm sorry if you are, but they work. They just work. So lastly, we have these two. I do want to add a bit of color to these because these pages are quite plain otherwise. For one of this, I want to use this image. The problem is that I've spilled water on it, and since it was printed with an inkjet printer, you can now see the stain. So I'm going to tear around this image. So this is it, torn and inked. And for the background, I'm going to use some torn book pages. I have different languages and different fonts here. I'll just glue the book pages down. I'll ink around the edges just on the outside. I won't glue this down yet because this seems kind of boring, so I need to figure out how to decorate it some more. I found the other half of this fake money that I used in another one of my collages and one of my book pages. And I think this might work out here. Let's see if I can find any other pieces. I like this flower sticker, but if I put it here, it's going to cover up all of my book page. So I'm going to cut this out, and I think that would be nice. Maybe this works better now. Yes, I think it does. Like this. It's fascinating with vellum. I haven't even added glue yet, and it's curling up. It was completely flat before. Like, what is it with vellum? I don't understand. I'm not sure about this. I like this better. Yeah, I will glue these down. I might add a tab here. I will make that decision once I have this one done. And for this one, I want to try something different. I have these which I printed too large. This is from the Art Nouveau kit from the Digital Collage Club. I don't want to waste these. I'm not going to use them as journal pages, so I thought, what if I just put a partial image here? I want to try it. It might not work. It might be totally weird. I will cover the whole image, the whole card. So I'm going to trace it. But I won't cut it out. This is so that I know where to glue it on. Then I'll add my glue, and then I'll just glue this on here. I like it. Let's ink it up. We have this card already, or we have this image already as one of our journaling cards. maybe you remember, but I think this looks different because it's a much larger image. We'll compare the two in a moment. So there's the other one. Okay, they're not that different, but I'm still gonna go with it. I love that there's two different versions. It's a bit unfortunate that they're right after each other, but I'm just gonna let that go. I found this beautiful fabric that was gifted to me. I just love, love, love this. And I thought maybe this would add some color here. So if I make tabs here with the same fabric, that might be very cute. So one like this, and one like this. This one needs a bit more pink, so I need another piece here. Let's find some with more pink here. Yeah, I think that adds just a bit of color there. All right, so I will glue those on. So here they are, they're glued on, and I made sure that they're glued on in the same height. So those are the last two journaling cards. Wow, we are done. It is, it did get quite a bit bulky. We knew this was gonna happen. It's okay, we're going to now make a closure and then it should be fine. For the closure, I have pre-selected 3 ribbons that I think would go very well with this cover. I wanted something blue to bring out the blue a bit more. Could have also used the gold one, but I don't even think I have a gold one. So I think the blue is very nice. Love all 3, to be honest. This one I think might just be a little bit too thin. This one might be a nice one if you're not going to attach it, but if you would just tie it around the book. You don't, of course, have to attach it in any way. You could just wrap it and then make a bow. Maybe actually I'll do that. So like this, that would be quite stunning. This one I'm thinking might just be a bit too pale. It's a beautiful color. It's actually really beautiful color. Let's just see what it would look like. Also gorgeous. And then I have this one with the butterflies, which I love. Oh, look at this. Actually, this font here looks like it's a Art Nouveau font. So that would even be more perfect. But does it have too much going on? Does it distract too much from our beautiful image? I think so. I think this one would be nice if we don't wrap it around, but because the other thing I was thinking of doing is to make a hole here and on the other side, which is what I usually do, and then tie a ribbon around here and then make a bow. I think this one would have been great for that, but I don't think I want to do that. So maybe the answer is this one. I'm wondering if it's too much. I mean, it's a very strong color, but it does make a beautiful accent. Now this one here, on the other hand, gives it a really soft look. I'm gonna go with this one. I think I prefer the softer look for this. Both would be beautiful, I think. I could switch them. I could have one week this and the other one week this. The good thing with a ribbon like this is it's not permanent, so it's easy to just switch it if I change my mind. Yeah, and like this it's not such a gator mouth. So this is the final journal. I'm really happy with it. I love the colors. final flip through with all the journaling cards very quickly. I hope you have a blast with your book. I hope you give it a try, and I hope you will be as happy with yours as I am with mine. I think this was a really, really fun project. I totally enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me, for doing this together with me. And if you have any photos of yours that you want to post on Instagram, I would really enjoy if you would tag me. So I'm 49 Dragonflies on Instagram as well. So I would love to see your creations. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.